time has arrived. The era of transnational action, of people moving across borders to change the conditions of our communities and our families is here. The coming together of people from 120 organizations, from 22 countries, is a testament of people wanting to see this change happen. And that's why I started TIGRA 3 years ago, Transnational Institute for Grassroots Research and Action, in order to capture the heart, the aspiration, the stories, and the agenda to change the world.
Perhaps the message would be to consider the situation of your country of origin, and to be able to contribute or invest in the development efforts and process in the country that will benefit people in the community with a more strategic and enduring impact.
Development is actually promoted by people who they leave their country on purpose, they go stay abroad, they work abroad, they send money back home to help those who have not moved. This is what remittances are all about.
We have power because we love our families. We have power because we have money that the industry and our governments need in order to survive.
Just in Latin America, there was a survey done by this Ben Dixon's and Associates firm that estimated that about $260 billion is what the amount of money that is sent from the United States to Latin America, is all of Latin America. So this doesn't include the rest of the world. Now, $260 billion is more than all of the foreign direct investment that goes into Latin America and more than all the foreign aid from the governments directly into these countries. They're taking advantage of the fact that we provide their wealth in the form of work, in the form of the resources in our communities. And we're here to create an example of how we're taking that back. That we're saying, you know, we're bringing to light just how much that abuse is by certain companies, by certain corporations, how much they're profiting from that, and show that they have a responsibility to give back to the communities. And not just in the form of charity, but to provide us with that wealth so that we can take control of our own destinies in our communities. Now, this is something that we're doing with remittance companies now, and in particular with Western Union, which is the biggest remittance company in the world.
And we're coming together in Mexico at this time with all of the troubles and all of the difficulties of getting visas, of finding flights, and the rescheduling of people. But we've arrived, and people are here wanting to assert that there's a new day for immigrants, there's a new day for our families, there's a new day for our communities, and we're creating La Liga in order to assert a new agenda.
Yo diría que si tuviéramos que definir, además del tema a lo mejor de la crisis ecológica mundial, el calentamiento, el cambio de clima, etc., el gran tema del siglo XXI es el tema de la migración, de los procesos de migración. Es lo que le da rostro, yo diría, a este siglo.
La Liga is a collection of stories that people bring with them in their experiences as migrants, as experiences as families that have been separated, because there's no other choice for people but to leave their families in order to survive.
El papel de los migrantes en la economía tiene que visibilizarse como un papel político. Un migrante que está en condiciones de irregularidad migratoria no tiene salud mental. Una familia que está cruzando, que su hijo está cruzando por el desierto de Arizona, está sufriendo hasta que llega a un lugar y destino seguro.
La Liga is the place that people now can call home.
I think this tremendous challenge, the fact that we're here today in Mexico doing what we've done, is incredibly inspiring, and I have great hopes for it.
We still hold on to the dreams that we want, that we have for our families and our communities, and La Liga is the place that captures those dreams and pushes it forward unlike any other organization that has done before.
We're here in Mexico City, finally with our first Transnational Assembly, and it has been an odyssey just to get here. We had an opportunity as part of the conference to visit a community in Puebla, here outside of Mexico City, San Vicente Boquerón, and that was an amazing experience for the delegates and for us to be able to sit down in community with the community members and be able to visit the projects that they have been able to put together with the money from their remittances. As part of the conference, we were able to bring one of their members who lives in Newburgh, New York, and they have formed a group called Grupo Unión. And Eduardo was able to join us here in Mexico, and so it was a wonderful opportunity to have both sides, both the migrant and the home community, talking together with us and exchanging ideas with delegates from the Philippines and from Africa and Pakistan and many other parts of the world.
Si el gobierno pusiera más fuentes de trabajo, que diera mejores salarios, más estudios para las escuelas, para la niñez, que se prepararan más, pienso que ya no habría necesidad de irnos a emigrar a otros países que no son de nosotros, llevarnos a nuestras familias, crear a nuestros hijos allá, inculcarles otras raíces, que desgraciadamente luego ya no quieren regresar a sus países, se pierden familias, se pierde el respeto, los hijos se van a las drogas, a la calle. ¿Por qué? Porque la mamá se pone a trabajar, no les da el tiempo que tiene que darles. Allá la mamá son las babysitters que le llaman, las que cuidan los niños, desde en la mañana oscuro, desde que está amaneciendo, hasta en la tarde que se está ocultando el sol, llegan, les hacen de comer y no conviven con los hijos, nada más los fines de semana. Y es triste.
La Liga is going to make migration an option and not a necessity for the next generation of people in our communities. We're saying today, starting today, that the exploitation of companies and governments has ended, and that a new agenda that's based on humanity of our communities is on its way. And that's the promise of La Liga.
Queridos hermanos, estamos aquí un grupo de representantes de la tradición mexica y de la tradición conchera. El Consejo de Ancianos de Tenochtitlan, por mi conducto, les da una calurosa bienvenida a este país. Hace muchos años, nuestros abuelos dijeron que en estas tierras nos íbamos a reunir hermanos de todos los pueblos de este planeta para tomar acuerdos y empezar la transformación social que nos va a llevar al hermanamiento. Ya llegó el tiempo en que todos nos debemos de ver como hermanos, sin importar la raza, sin importar el país de origen, sin importar la creencia religiosa. Deseamos sinceramente que tomemos acuerdos que nos permitan el hermanamiento y que las soluciones que aquí encontremos sean benéficas y pensemos no en este momento, sino en lo que va a acontecer en los futuros años.
Everyone in this conference has found a new home, and that new home is La Liga. And La Liga is going to fight for all of our countries and for all our communities so that we can all live in a new world where human development and the full humanity can be brought into the lives of our people once again. And that's the promise and the hope of La Liga, and nothing is going to come between us in order to make that happen.